Well, hi. Welcome back to Glitter 50. Oh my goodness. The start of a new school year always gets me going. Sorry. um, I know it's been a while. We've had an adjustment period to getting started with the school year and all the things, but I wanted to use this is the Breaking Dawn and Glamlite. This is the Edward palette. Um, Team Edward face and body palette. I'm Switzerland. I like them both. I'm going to show you the mirror, but it's just going to show you my thing. But see how he's there, and then there's the trees down here. But this is the color story. And I'm excited because I tend not to wear just plain colors. I have the Sigma Radiance eyeshadow primer on. It kind of has exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of glowy. I don't know if you can see. It's a little bit, but Edward is glowy, so I had to. And then I'm going to use my bling brushes. E3, this is from the Rose Gold. Now I don't remember which side. I'm using a light gray. This is called Thirst. And I'm just going to kind of go in. I have a way that I do my eyeshadow because to me it just makes more sense to put the lighter colors on the inside because it'll brighten up the inside because I kind of have a hood there, and it makes it, if I put the lighter colors on the inside, it brightens it up, and it makes, and the darker on the outside, it makes my eyes look bigger, more, it puts more focus. And that's just the way I do my eyeshadow. People have asked me, well, do you do other people's eyeshadow? And I have tried. I have tried to do other people's eyeshadow. However, I'm not the best at it. That being said, my youngest daughter, who is the spitting image of me, basically, she is my mini me. She is coming up, hopefully, in the next 2 weeks. She lives in out of state, about 3 hours away, and she is coming up for a visit because she has a wedding. We both have a wedding to go to in October, and she wants to have me do her makeup. Now, mind you, I said she's my mini me. So I think I can do it. I think I can. I'm actually going to go into Valturi, this one right here. It's like a burgundy red. Look how it kind of, goes with my shirt because that's what I do. Valturi. If you've never seen Breaking Dawn, it is, I think, my favorite of the two because it's is Breaking Dawn the one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which movie is my favorite. Whether it be the one where they're getting married. I know, and everybody says, well, the books are so much better. I understand that. But I didn't read the books. My daughters read the books. And then they're like, Mom, let's go to this movie. And so I've only seen the movies. I have not read the books. And I know I probably should, but that's hard for me. Getting time to do all the things. So anyway, my daughter's coming up to do a makeup trial to see how she wants her makeup done for this wedding. She is the bride's something blue. Most people have like something to hold on to. No, this one is, she has a person that is her something blue, which, if that's what she wants, that's what she wants. Now I'm going into Lion. It's this kind of light purplish color. I think it'll help blend this out a little bit. And I'm going to go back in to Valturi here in a minute, but I just want to give this a little bit more color. Blend it just a little bit. But see how it's light and then goes to dark? I know. I'm unique. That's my whole deal. Is I am a unique person doing unique things. Anyway, so she's coming up. Haven't seen her in a while, and I can't wait. Going back into Valturi just a little bit because I want to bring it into that color just a little bit more. Just to give it a little bit more dimension and a little bit more something. And I'm only getting just a smidgen on my brush. Yesterday, I cleaned my brushes. I was so behind on cleaning my brushes. So I took the time because I'm not going to have enough time in the next couple of weeks. We're very busy. So this past weekend, my husband, for those of you who are new, who haven't been here, by the way, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. My husband and I did a gig this weekend. My husband's a magician and a balloon artist, and I am a face painter. And we did a gig at a mosque that we've done several years in a row, and I love these people. They are so wonderful. They're so good. And the kids are so nice, and it was a great time. It was 4 hours, which it's hard because we were outside. It had been raining, but it had stopped raining. But when you have a line full of kids, I got to use the ladies' room one time. They would have gladly let me, but when you have a line full of kids and it takes you a couple minutes to get inside and get back outside, and they're having prayer and stuff inside, it's harder to get in and out of. Going with the same brush. Oh, I didn't tell you what brush this was. This is also from Bling Brushes and the Allie Dawson collection, and I can't see the number on it. I can't see it. So this one went a little bit up, and this one went a little bit down. So not sure how to straighten that part out. There we go. If you hear things in the background, I have dogs. And I put them up in... Sorry, I had to see he was making weird noises. I put them up in a different video. I have 2 French Bulldogs and a Maltese Pomeranian. There we go. That's looking better. Now I'm just sitting here blending them, making sure there's no really harsh lines. I know it looks like there's harsh lines right now. Going back into Lion to blend a little bit more. But once I get the glitter part on, which I'm trying to decide which one I want, because this is actually looking more purple than it is reddish like I thought it would. How about I'm using my Sigma switch, which I cleaned yesterday also, to clean off my brush. And then I'm going into Mind Reader, which is a darker kind of purple. And I'm just going to go over the top of that just a little bit, just to get a little bit more depth. Brushing that off, going back into Valturi, because I want it to be more on the reddish side, more magenta to kind of go with what I'm wearing. But I wanted it darker in that one spot. I know this is just the way I do videos, is I jump around in conversation, just like we're sitting here talking together and having a good time. Because I am. And then we went, my husband and I, when we got done with that, we went out to dinner. See, this is my issue. Sorry, jumping again. I want to use this one, but I also want to use this one. It looks gray there, but it has like a red, pink, purpley shift. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to play around a little bit. I'm using my Gourmand Girls glitter primer. This stuff is amazing. I love this stuff. Whenever I'm using any kind of glitter, which is pretty much every day, I use some sort of glitter primer, and this one is $10 a tube, but you don't need a lot. And I've had this several months now, and I love it. Getting a little bit tacky, letting it dry just a little bit. Anyway, after our gig on Saturday, we went out to a restaurant called Big Fish and Sammamish. My gosh, it's so good. They have such good food. Now I'm going into that Edward. Oh, so pretty. So this will bring out that red color that I want. And I'm just tapping it along. See how I'm just tapping it in there? Anyway, Big Fish. Big favorite. Hold on. Sorry. Just had to check on the puppy. Well, he's the older puppy, but I still had to check on him. Went to Big Fish. And then on Sunday, we were supposed to have a meeting. I'm not going to name the place, but we were supposed to have a meeting to discuss our upcoming events in October at a certain place We were going to be there every single weekend. Unfortunately, the person that we were supposed to meet with about it never showed up, never came. And the employees at the place tried calling her and said, hey, it's her day off. We said, yeah, but we were supposed to have a meeting with her. Now I'm going into Century, which it has all kinds of colors to it. Let's see what it looks like on my eye. Ooh. I don't know if this is quite the color I wanted it to be, but I can fix it. I just have to put... I want the different... It didn't look like this when I don't know. We'll see. Hold on. See, it has... I don't think you can even see it. It has like a purple and green and silver shift to it. It's a unique color, but I wanted it to have more of a pink shift, and in the pan it looks more pink. It does not look green at all, but when I'm looking at it, it now looks green, and that's not the color I wanted. It's not the color I wanted, but I can fix it. I'm going into Diamond, which is this color, and I'm just going to go over the top of it. So that way it gives it more of the pinky, more of the color I want. But it obviously is still there, but I'm not going to wipe it all off. Yes, that's more the color I want it to be. Anyway, so the person never showed up, which is a shame because we were really looking forward to doing this. However, there was an issue with it anyway because they wanted us there on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Well, I'm a school bus driver. I can't just not drive a bus on Fridays every Friday of the month of October. That's not how life works in the bus driver world. Yes. Look at that. Alrighty. So now I'm going to... I don't know if you want to see me put the rest of my face on. It's pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to gather my products and I'll be right back. Alrighty. So I got the new Pretty Fresh from ColourPop. This is Set It Up Primer is what it's called. And it has peptides and it has some things on it. The writing's really small. My eyes don't want to focus this morning. I think it's niacinamides, but I will tell you, I finished up the hyaluronic acid one, and I liked it. However, I like this one better. It has a smoother feel to it, a smoother finish to it. And I probably put too much on, and then I just take a cloth and wipe my hands down. These probably need to go in the wash. And I love this brush. Yes, I cleaned it, but it, I'm going to take my e.l.f. CC cream, Camo CC cream, and this is in the shade Light 210N. And I put just a little bit of that on. And I mix And I'm using the Pretty Fresh. This is from forever ago. This is with the hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer, and it is in the shade Light 6W. One's a lighter one, one's a darker one. I don't even know if you can tell the difference. So this one over here is the e.l.f. This one over here is the ColourPop, but when they mix together, you can't really see. But yes, I know it looks like I'm putting a ghost on my face, but it will all even out. It just evens up the redness. And don't worry about the brush lines because they're not going to be there. I go over this with a sponge. I like to brush it on because I feel like I get more of the product on my skin than I do in my sponge. But then I go over it with my sponge so I make it set into my skin. I take my sponge, which is wet or damp. It's not wet, but it's damp. And then I just pat over the top of it, which does a couple of things. Gets a little bit of foundation on my sponge, not as much as putting my makeup on with my sponge would, but it gets a little bit. So if I need to cover up, I can. Now, one of my favorite is this Sigma matte bronzer in medium. This is what it looks like. Sorry, the dogs went nuts. I'm using, this is my Sonia G brush, fan brush. I don't know what else to use it for, so I use it for doing my bronzer because it's so big, but it makes it so that it does what I want it to do. I got this brush in a lucky bag. Which is like the day after Christmas. I think. Look on Beautylish. I don't even know what it's going to be like this year with all the tariffs and stuff. I don't know. Anyway. Just putting my bronzer on. Love this bronzer. And now I'm going to go into my, this is from forever ago. I don't even know what year this came out. This is ColourPop and High School Musical, but look at that color. It really goes with my shirt. And this is from Melt Cosmetics. I don't even know what brush it is, but it came out with their Mariposa. Is that what they? I don't even remember. I got it in a mystery box from Melt. So just adding some color. Again, if you hear the dogs, they're just being dogs. My eyes are watering like they always do. See, my eyes look very purple and my cheeks look very red. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of another blush. This is also from ColourPop. This is just my Pluck, but it has a little bit of a purpley tint to it, which will help with my blush. And again, I like to have a lot of blush, which makes it so I go a little bit overboard. But then I take my sponge with a little bit of foundation and I just go around the edges and help it to blend in to my skin. And I know I didn't use concealer, but I don't use concealer a lot of times because my under eyes water so much that using concealer can tend to be a little bit, it makes my eyes water even more. But I do put, this is Glamlite powder, and I put that kind of, everyone says in their T-zone, but mine's kind of an upside down T because I put it all over my chin line and I put it just in the middle at the top and down by my eyes. And that's all, that's the only powder that I use. I don't powder my whole face, which maybe I should, but for me, it doesn't, I don't need it. And then I go over again with my sponge. And this is another part of the Breaking Dawn. This is, I'll meet you at the altar. And then it says, I do on the inside. It's so pretty. It's very sparkly. But I don't even know if you can see that sparkle. But it's just so pretty. I love it. Can you even see it? I can see it. Like people in space can see it. And then I go over it again with my sponge. They're playing. And actually, I'm going to go over it again with my blush brush and kind of blend it in a little bit more. There we go. And then go over it again with my brush. This coming up weekend, we have a gig in Ocean Shores. We're going to be at the IGA. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. Let that sit for a few minutes. And today I think I'm going to use my telescopic. I think this might be running low. It might be. Maybe not. But it might not be thick enough to do what I want it to do. Watching somebody put their mascara on is not like, because my hand is all the way in the way, but this is the one step that I actually have to like really concentrate on because I don't want to poke myself in the eye. My eyes water enough as it is. I don't need anything poking me in the eye. But sometimes I tend to. Poke myself in the eye, not meaning to. Have you ever done that? I'm sure every woman has. I'm sure every woman has. My dogs are getting hungry. Today is a Monday. It's a 1 hour late start Monday. And they're used to getting fed by this time. Yeah, they're normally fed by now, and I'm heading out the door. So there's that. Now I'm going back over, making sure that there's no drops anywhere from my setting spray. Take my hair down. That way I can style my hair. And today, trying to think of the lipstick. I didn't get the lipstick down while I was preparing for everything. I did not get my lips. I think I'm just going to do a light color. This is Sigma Liquid Lip, and I cannot tell you what the name of it is. There's no sticker on it. No name. It just says Sigma Liquid Lip, and there's no name on it. And it's just a light. I know I didn't do liner. Alrighty. So this is how I'm going to go look into... Oh, my earrings. I better be putting these on. So I know it's been a while. I'm going to try and get better. I always do try and get better about putting out videos. I have a couple that I want to do. So please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.